What up, fam? It's 2022. We have a new modular, the boutique hotel, so it's time to do a 1 through 17 modular building ranking. Now, if you saw my list from last year, not much has changed, and if you haven't, then, well, this is all new to you. The only differences between last year and this is that I have the new boutique hotel entered in there somewhere, giving it a slight shift going up or down, depending on where it ends up. This time around, I have my friend Emily, better known as Emmasaurus, weighing in on my ranking in comparison to that of her own. So without further ado, let's get started. At number 17, the Market Street.
So that's the worst one on your list?
That's the worst one on my list.
Okay, I don't know. Well, it has the weird kind of gap to the side, and I feel like it would make it really hard to place it next to other modulars.
I've seen people not use that one side though. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of this. This is the only one I don't have. I feel like I need to get it just because I have everything. A lot of people like to say it's part of the factory line, so it doesn't count, but in Brickset, it's in the line. So I don't know. Yeah, I would say it counts. So,
yeah.
Are you familiar with this one, like, at all? Like, have you ever like?
No, I don't have this one, and I've never actually seen it in person.
It has like not traditional faces, like actual face printing, like you see nowadays, which was really odd because traditionally they've been just regular smiley faces until recently. It is an odd one out and it's super pricey, but it's the worst one in my in my list because honestly to me it doesn't have much going on for it. But it was really cheap when it came out. It was $90.
I see now on Brickset it says new in box $2,800. That's wild. What? You can buy, that's a car. That's like 2 used cars. I'm never gonna get this set.
Number 16 is the Pet Shop.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that. Actually, Pet Store is the bottom of my list, and I didn't include Market Street, Green Grocer, Cafe Corner, or Town Hall, because I don't have those, but Pet Store is at the bottom of mine, so I think we agree on that.
Why is it on the bottom?
It's just kind of boring, and you would think a pet store, like, that's a really fun thing. I mean, you know, it's like animals, you know, and so obviously, like, I don't agree with, like, shopping for your pets, because we adopt our dogs, so, like, there's that aspect. But like, you think of a pet store and you think like, oh, like that's like a cute place, like puppies, like weird reptiles or something. And it has that. It's just so boring looking. I don't know.
I feel like it's like a filler modular. Like you need these buildings, not necessarily to stick out. It's just in the background.
Actually, yeah, that's a great way of putting it. It's stuff that makes sense for your sitting and having like a residential area, but it's just not as exciting. Like it doesn't come out and you're like, wow, I can't wait. Like that's so different. It's just kind of, you know, it's there and it makes sense.
Number 15, Cafe Corner. I know you don't have this one. It's something that a lot of people like at least attempt to have, and it is an iconic set, but like there's nothing inside. Nothing. There's no story going on. It wasn't really intended to go beyond of what it was, aside from just stacking them together. I don't know if you saw earlier images of this in like the box form, like in the back of the box, like there were images of like 6 of them, like what you can do with 6 of these, and we can do with 4 of these or whatever. And people just create these giant monstrosities of cafe corners. I think that LEGO didn't really realize what they were getting into with this. Overall, aside from the exterior, there's really nothing going on for this aside from being the first module.
I don't know. I feel offended almost, and I don't even have it. I'm just like, how dare you? I think it looks really nice. It's different, like the sign on the side, hotel, like just having anything kind of weird coming off of the building is really fun. And that's why I like the Palace Cinema a lot, as well as just having, you know, signs coming off, something different. I know the interior is boring to non-existent. For me though, I don't care about the interior. Like it's fun during the build process. So like how I usually approach the modulars is I'll buy it. Well, I'll buy all of them, but I appreciate the exterior and that's what I find a value in. The interior is fun while you're building it. And then after that, it's like, okay, well, it's closed. It's in my city. I'm not going to look at it that much. So the interior, I don't really care.
Would you ever light up your city?
We've bought light kits in the past. And we tried it with the Parisian Restaurant, and it looks really cool. Like it looks incredible. It really brings it to life, but the wires are so annoying. It's so ugly. Like maybe we were just doing it wrong and it might be just like a user error kind of thing, but I don't know. It's just very messy. And then it also makes it so much harder to move stuff around, and we're always moving stuff. So
okay, so one day we're gonna revisit this question when you run out of ideas to do it to your city. For its time, it's a great looking set. For its time, but if you were to compare this set amongst a few other of the older ones, it doesn't design wise, it doesn't hold up. Although it's cool, but if you were to compare it in line with some of the newer sets within the past 7-8 years, it's a little archaic as far as the what can be done with Lego brick.
I mean, I see what you're saying with the build techniques, but I feel like that applies to like any older set, even just, 5+ years ago. I'm sure build techniques were different.
Of course.
So to me, that doesn't make it worse of a set or better of a set. It just makes it different from a different time. And so like I try to look at things as they were at that point.
Number 14, Grand Emporium.
How dare you? Do you know what's number 2 on my list?
I was gonna.
Emporium.
I knew this was high for you, so I'll just I'm gonna let it sit for a second.
Do you know how much I like that set? Can we be friends?
Yes, I do.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore. I don't know. Yeah, so Grand Emporium's number 2 on my list. I love it because it's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Like it was Palace Cinema, Grand Emporium. Like those are two, like they're kind of tied, but Palace Cinema I just think is prettier.
Okay.
But man, like the Grand Emporium, so again, like not looking at interior, I think the exterior is really fun, and all of the different, I don't know, just like shopping things and like flags and the shop out front, like it's definitely something I've like seen in Europe before. Like it definitely has that feeling of like, you're in the town square area and, just a huge shopping center. Like this, it's like a real thing that I've been to, and it just really, I feel like they really captured a shopping plaza perfectly in this set. The billboard on top, like there's just so much character to this. I can't believe you don't like it.
Number 13, Fire Brigade.
No. Number 3 on my list is the Fire Brigade.
Oh my God.
It stands out. I just think it looks really pretty. The bell tower on top, just all of the details in 1932, just everything on the front of it. The brick color, having it be like the 2 floors, that are very different. I just love it. It stands out to me. It really seems like a centerpiece.
I think it's another one of those sets for me that's just like a necessary set to have for a city, because every city needs a fire station. The thing is with this is that the building is huge. It
just has some sort of like town hall kind of vibes to it, like a city landmark is what it looks like to me, like a really old style landmark instead of just being a little fire station. It's old, it's a classic, like if you're in town you have to go see it, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see that. Number 12, Green Grocer.
I can see from like your previous rankings why you would say that, but I think it's better than what you're saying. I like the exterior of it. Like the colors are different. I don't know. It like kind of reminds me a little bit of the Parisian Restaurant. I think it's like a middle of the road kind of modular for me.
Have you seen it in person?
I haven't seen it in person.
Okay. I felt the same way because I've only seen it once in person before getting it myself, and that was walking by the Lego store, and at the time there was nothing else out there like it. The cafe corner was there, but this was the only one. I forgot how big this set is, and I like it. I love this set. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I feel like it's inflated a lot. The bricks used you can't buy anymore.
I don't think about that when I look at the prices.
I highly recommend, if you want to piece a set together and don't want to buy it as a whole set, use a masonry brick of any color and it'll look great.
I see what you mean with like the outdated build techniques. It almost looks like a mock. I don't know. It makes me like it a little bit less, but I want it for the collectability. So I still have, that kind of mindset with it. I'm torn.
So number 11, the Bookshop.
Okay, I agree with that. Really, I'd say that one is third from the bottom for me.
Really?
Going in order from like worst up to Bookshop, we have the Pet Shop, the Parisian Restaurant, and then Bookshop. And
Parisians in the okay, we'll get to it.
Now I'm starting to trigger people. Oh no. I don't know, with the Bookshop, I really like it. Like I love the colors and I like looking at it. But for me, it's just another filler one. It's just there and it helps fill in your city. Everything doesn't need to be a landmark.
And this one is that opportunity to fill that need. I feel like not a lot of people would care for that, but unless you're a city builder, that you'd get it. I do like the fact that they're not level. It's like there is depth to them. This is one of those that like it's really up to the creator to go to town with it or not. I'm not a fan of the birch tree though, at all. Number 10, don't get mad.
I feel like I'm gonna get mad.
No!
No! That's number one. It's beautiful. Like, it stands out. It's just, it has so much character. All the details, like all the architecture is totally different. And then all of the signs along the sides. There's all these great like Lego puns. It's perfect.
The interior's great. No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a theater inside. It's a concession stand. Yeah, it's a little outdated as far as
yeah. I think the red base plate's cool too.
I was about to say the red base plate. That's a rarity in and itself. I know you don't want to light up your stuff, but if you were like this one, any of them,
this would be the first one I would want to do.
This one needs to be lit up. It's not as tall as many of them that are on the list. It's relatively small as far as what it is. There's only 2 levels, but the roof is unique. You know, it reminds everybody of the the Man Theater, Chinese theater in Hollywood. Like it screams cinema, and it would be a landmark amongst the city. And it's really cheap to still get. Beautiful. At least we agree that the exterior of the building is awesome. Number 9, Town Hall.
Okay. I don't have that. Wait, no, we don't have that one.
No, we don't have this.
So that's like, it's not on my ranking. I feel like it would be probably around where you ranked it. Like it would be in the top half. And that's kind of where we're at now. So
it's a huge
I
set.
agree.
It's big.
It's huge. It reminds me of the Fire Brigade just being kind of like a big blocky building with a little bell tower type thing on top.
It's another municipal building that it's necessary for the storyline of your city. A definite must if you have a city. So, because you need somewhere for your town to be governed from, and that's a perfect place. Who doesn't need a courthouse? Interior wise, there's stuff going on, but I feel like there's a lot of wasted space.
I don't know.
Something that you would like to piece together then, because I haven't seen any customization. Well, hardly, if any, customizations to the town hall in interpretation of the build. Like I've seen it for Cafe Corner, I've seen it for Green Grocer and Market Street. Not many people that I've seen out there, especially in the Instagram world, has customized their town hall aside from stacking it to make it taller.
Yeah. Oh, I could see that looking really cool.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have plans to customize it right now. I think that'd be neat. Like, I think that would be a way better way to achieve adding that to the collection, even though it wouldn't be an official town hall. I think it would be cheaper than $600.
So number 8, Corner Garage.
Yeah, okay, I can agree with that. Corner Garage is 9th on my list.
Ooh,
so I think we agree on there.
And I think that kind of made you like have a different opinion about the set, right?
You did. You definitely influenced my even having it. I wasn't considering even buying the set until I talked to you, and you were like, you know what, it's a good set, just try it out, like it'll grow on you. Because at first I was like, I don't care about cars, like I'm not a car person, I don't care about having a garage, like I really don't. But it's a good set, like I love the color, it's a nice corner, you know, like there's a lot going on, it stands out, it's a little bit different, having the little garage like overhang.
Exactly. I think a lot of flack came to this is that it did not match the rest of the city. It had a very 50s vibe, it didn't look very like 30s, 20s, 40s look. The thing I really liked about this, and is what is appreciated more now, is that it starts to link up other modulars to it, and this one was the diner because of the whole music thing.
Yeah, I like that the like when they connect the modulars like that, then I don't know, it adds more value, but then it makes me want whatever set it's referencing if I don't have it. Yeah. So it just makes me spend more money.
Number 7, Brick Bank.
I agree with that. I think Brick Bank is 6th on my list. Yeah, I agree. I like the story of like the money laundering in it.
Oh, that was clever. You gotta give that.
That was fun. It's just another kind of big set, you know? I mean, I think it's pretty. It's a nice corner.
It didn't do well when it was out. At least I don't think so. It had a very short shelf life.
I feel like banks are useful for your city. So looking at it from that aspect. Also, it's a very classic looking set. Like all the different details around like the top of it. Like it definitely looks like a bank, you know? I don't even know what that
screams bank. It screams bank. Oh yeah, no, it's a great building. I love it. Like it's not something that I scream about. I'm just happy to have it, just to have it. A lot of the design like techniques that are in for decoration, they're cleverly built. There's a cohesive story throughout the entire thing, which is the one thing I appreciated really about this set. It's not necessary. You don't, especially nowadays, you don't really need banking anymore. But like it's good to have in a city.
Yeah, like it's
great. Nothing screaming.
It's nice. You know, oftentimes like I feel like the banks are almost like, you know, you'll see like the Bank of America building and it's just a landmark. Like it's just on the skyline. You see it. You probably never go there, you know.
But it's just there.
Yeah.
So, number 6, Detective's Office.
Actually, yeah. You know, Brick Bank is right below Detective's Office for me, so I agree with that.
This is another underrated set to me because I feel like a lot of people at the time didn't appreciate for what it was because it was small. And then not only that, it has like 3 different buildings as opposed to just one thing. And like 2 of the buildings are one small half base plate. So like I feel like I got a lot of flack for that, but the whole storyline of this was great. The whole the cookie thing, the prohibition, but with cookies.
Okay. Clever. I like how it's different. You know, like it's all on just one base plate, but then you get the nice little alleyway between it, and that's something kind of different and unique. And then just like the Al's barber, just having, I don't know, like the cartoonish kind of typical barbershop colors with the pole on the side and all that. So I like that, the little details. And then of course, like the pool hall, just, I don't know, whenever there's stuff hanging off the building, I feel like that elevates the set for me. And that's why I like it.
No longer becomes like a facade. It's like now a part of the story.
Yeah, I didn't even know about the story in this one.
I don't think a lot of people forgot about it. Number 5, boutique hotel.
Yeah, I can see that. I remember seeing this for the first time and just being like, wow, this looks fancy. Like, this is definitely a 5-star hotel. The art shop, that's somewhere where I feel like I would walk by and be like, I can't afford to go in here, but that looks really cool. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems very bougie.
Yes. Very, very bougie. When I looked at the set when it first came out, I really liked it at face value. And then all the critiques started happening. Then I started being influenced by all those people like pretty much talking trash about it. And
I did
then,
the same thing.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's no bathrooms. Yeah, it's in a weird shape. Yeah, this is a waste of space. But then when I actually built it is when I realized that this is actually a great set. Like, it's a great set.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And like, I don't care about bathrooms. Like, people are so hung up on all these bathrooms. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if there's 4, if it's missing bathrooms. Like, that's, I don't care.
Especially you don't know how to go anyways. Use your imagination.
Yeah, you know, it's,
right?
I feel like there's always something you can get upset about for them missing. So I'm like, okay, yeah, there's no bathrooms. I'm sure some people really do care about this. I don't. I mean, I also check out the exterior. Like, that's really what I care about. So bathrooms are like,
not
whatever.
I just think it's a really good looking set. The only thing that why it didn't score higher is that I don't understand the story.
So the accountant is in town visiting, and he's staying in this boutique hotel because he's in town to audit the Brick Bank. So the like poster board, like with all of the stickies on it, you know what I mean? References some other things.
It's the artist from the diner and garage.
And then also like on the side, there's the little coffee cart from Cafe Corner. And I swear that's Jamie. That's Jamie Berard. Like, you can't convince me that it's not. I feel like that's him. I looked up pictures of the minifigure in the, you know, the Jamie minifig versus Jamie. Like,
the stubble. I just realized
the glasses, the hair, like it's Jamie.
Now that I know what's going on, and that's the thing with like the sets that are on the top like end of my list is that the story makes it so much better. It elevates the set because now there is a purpose to it. You know what I mean? We learned a lot about this like in Lego Masters. If anybody who watched the show, like, what's the story behind what's going on? Like, who's your cast of characters? Like, what's their purpose here? And now I look at that in any of the modules that come out. I'm like, okay, what's this purpose? Why is this here? Like, how does this relate to the overall storyline? And now that I know that, I like this set better.
You know, when I first added it to my city, I will say the worst part about this isn't anything about the set itself, but rather just, I mean, maybe it is part of the set, but just having that huge gap above the art gallery makes it really hard to place it next to anything else, because how I have it right now is next to Assembly Square. So you see a giant wall. So it's, you know, it just looks weird. Like, there's a whole wall exposed. It's just so like buried in my city that I don't want to like move it around.
Yeah, I understand that. You're moving, you're like, oh, wait, hold on, I gotta move everything else here. Number 4, the diner.
Yeah. You know, I would agree with that. The diner's number 4 on my list too. It's so different, and I feel like that's maybe a reason why some people don't like it as much, because it's just different. It kind of stands out. It's, you know, it's not an older style building. Like, it's a 1950s diner.
A lot of us are very custom building Star Wars stuff, so light bluish gray everything. And I love building friends stuff because the colors are just so like bright and happy that it just changes the overall building experience. So for the diner, it was one of those sets that I bought with other modulars, and I was just kind of just building through it just to build through it. But when I got to the diner, it was the last one on that list of builds that I was going to do. It didn't feel like I was tired building the set. Like it was really enjoyable. It wasn't that big. It's just like Palace Cinema. It looks different.
It's like a fun night out for the people in your Lego city.
I agree. This is definitely a place to be kicking it. Number 3 is the police station.
Police station is a little bit lower on my list. I think it's like 7th or 8th. The police station, I think I know why you like it. It's definitely the story. Like, the story is so funny. The donut thief, like, it's just such a silly crime going through the ceiling to try to steal the donuts at night.
Yeah, that's what makes it cool, is that you can play with it,
so
technically. The thing is, a lot of people don't like it because they thought it was boring. I'm like, well, it's a police station. What do you expect it to look like? Do you want it to look anything different? It's a municipal building. It's supposed to be boring. The buildings that are next to it is what brings it life and color. That's probably why they did it that way, is so it doesn't look like a boring building like the town hall. And there's depth to it. Like, it's not just one straight facade and they're in the same level. There's different heights. There's one's further back, one's further forward. There's a storyline that connects the whole thing together in itself and with the other sets that are out there. And that's the reason why it scored so high at my level. And I'm like, overall, the hatred for like these sets when they come out is just too much sometimes.
People have such high expectations, and even when a set comes out and it's fantastic, I feel like people are still upset by it just because it's not the one thing that they were excited for, or it's not like a remake of Cafe Corner or something. And I totally agree with you. If it were to be like a giant kind of blocky modular, I don't think people would have been happy. So having those like tiny shops to the side, it just adds, first of all, just like more to your city. So you're getting more buildings. It looks like you're getting more, but also they're just kind of fun. Like, it's a donut shop. That's just really cute.
The colors are great. Number 2. All right, now this is your worst one. And I'm really sad that it's your worst one. And I want to know why this one's your worst one. But the Parisian Restaurant, why is it the last on your list?
To be fair, the pet shop is last on my list. So Parisian Restaurant second from last. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a good set. But it feels kind of like filler, but also there's so many restaurants already in our city. I feel like this is our first like fine dining type of experience in the city. And I do like the patio outside. It just doesn't do much for me. I really don't know why it's so low. It's one of those sets that's just like behind our second city block. So I don't see it that often. And it doesn't bring me as much joy as some of the others, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't have a good defense. It's just kind of there. I mean, I feel like it's similar to some of the others where it's like neat. It's not on the top. It's not my Palace Cinema.
All right.
Why do you like it? Tell me why you love this set.
Well, number 1, I love the story. Obviously, the guy proposing to his future fiance is a good one. Architecturally, I think it's beautiful. Like, it's simple and like complex at the same time. Like, if you were to look at it at face value from afar, it does not stick out at all. Like, it just looks like another build. Like, there's nothing great about it, like, from afar. But then when you really look at it, you're like, oh, I didn't know that was there. Like, a lot of like work came into that design. It's just like art. It looks good design wise. And this was technically my first modular set. So that's my own bias on that one too. So this is a set that kind of brought me to this. All of this. It's
kind of funny you say that, because this was also our first modular. But I will say you've made me like it more. Like, I think it belongs further up the list, but I think it's like a mid-tier set for me.
Were you married when you got this set?
I don't think so. I don't think we were.
We were
still engaged.
And this didn't resonate with you whatsoever?
I feel like it should have.
I'm like, that could have been you too.
Right? Yeah. I feel like it's higher up my list now, but...
Yes. Number 1, Assembly Square.
Okay.
I don't know how you forgot that we haven't even mentioned that. This one giant monstrosity of a modular all the way down through the list. Where did you put that in yours?
Oh gosh, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's number 10. It's so hard with the modulars because I'm never someone that has like favorites. Like I don't have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite movie. I just, there's never favorites. Favorite character, no, like never. But I like this one. And like, it's just one that doesn't stand out to me. Like, I feel like this is a filler set. And I know I'm probably triggering you a little bit, but I don't know. Like, I love the pretzel shop. I will say the pretzel shop is fantastic. Like, I used to live in Germany and I had pretzels every day, which was totally not healthy, but it was delicious. And so like that kind of reminds me of that. Like I like having my pretzel girl, pretzel boy minifigs there, just chilling. But it just feels like it's filler. Like it fills in kind of more of the city landscape. It's nice that one of the buildings is pushed back a little bit more, so you have that kind of depth.
This is like one of the only modulars that you can get and not get anything else.
Yeah. That's
like,
true.
If you want to fulfill your modular, like your itch for it, and you don't want to get lost into the whole line and to the, you know, the complexity of like being addicted to it, like you can just get this one set, put on the shelf, and call it a day. It has everything you need. It has an homage to the original designs of the modular series, like the Cafe Corner and Grocer and Market Street. It has all those in there. It has story. It has, you know, a bunch of minifigures. There's different levels. It's not really cohesive in storyline, but it's a city, right? You're in a city. Like there's multiple stories going on. There's multiple things happening, and like the colors are all over the place, which is great. It's like it's just, oh my god, it's not filler. It's not. No, I get it. Look at it now. Yeah, it's filler. Like looking at my level where it's at. Yeah, it is. I see it now. Now you completely destroyed my like second bougie area of my city, because this is the order. This is the order of the bougie area. It's Pet Shop, Assembly Square, and then Parisian Restaurant, which are all like fillers for you. So now I can't unsee any of that.
That's so funny.
This is one of those that you have two corner buildings, especially two that you really love. You put in the middle. Yeah, I guess it's a filler. Oh my gosh.
I converted you. Yes.
No, I'm stand strong. This is my favorite set. I don't care. You can't change my mind. Damn it. The LEGO Modular store from the Bricklink Designer Program.
I honestly have no opinion. I didn't order it. I didn't even look at it that long because I knew I wouldn't. I knew I might want it, but if I looked at it too long, I might order it. And I'm just trying to stick with like whatever LEGO is typically selling, because I spend so much already on that. Like I don't need to expand into Bricklink. So,
well, I liked this design and supported it before it came on Bricklink Designer Program. So I am happy that it's on there. So that was a day one for me automatically. Does it make sense? I guess not, but I saw the designer video by the guy who made the set, and he put it in between Fire Brigade and another module that I can't think of at the moment, and it looked good. I was just
yeah,
like, damn. So I got it. I'm cool with that. But then Sans also brought up a good point: is it considered a modular if it says LEGO Modular on it?
Yeah,
it's not a part of the line. But neither is Market Street, and a lot of people incorporate that into the list.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because I feel like LEGO is starting to make so many things modular compatible, because they know that there's people like us that are like, oh, perfect for LEGO City, like Daily Bugle for sure. What is it? The Spring Lantern Festival from the Chinese New Year sets. Like we have both of those in our city on Mills plates, making them kind of like modulars. If you're speaking strictly like what is a LEGO modular, I feel like Market Street counts, and then maybe the LEGO store doesn't count.
Wow.
But,
why?
I don't know. Like it's tough. Like it's not an easy answer because it's different. I don't know. It's like in its own little world, I feel like.
Ooh, that's a topic for another day. So let us know what you guys think. Where does the boutique hotel weigh in your own ranking list? And what is your least and or favorite modular set so far that has been released? And thank you, Emily, for joining me in this video. If you don't know who she is, I really don't know what to tell you. And if you made it with me all the way to the end of this video, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, like, comment, subscribe below. And I'll see you on the next video. All right, guys. Peace.